Thinking of buying Sony, Samsung, Philips, LG home theaters this festive season? Well. Stop right there because what you're about to buy is not going to get you anywhere close to the real home cinema experience that you have been literally dreaming of. All of these home theater systems are all-in-one speaker packages which consist of slim speakers, small subwoofers, amplifiers which are bundled up as a DVD or a Blu-ray player. Now that is where the performance is going to get compromised, and in my today's video I am going to share with you 6 reasons where these home theaters really lack when compared with the real world home cinema setups. Now, I know most of you are wondering that how come these big names that we all have grown up listening to are not really one of the best home theater setups. Well, to be honest with you, some of these names have really flourished in the olden times and they flourish today in the other segments of home appliances. But when it comes to audio in 2025, these are not really one of the best go-to home theater setups. And the reason for it is that in Indian market, these brands have literally capitalized the sentiment of home theaters in a budget to a very cheaper segment. And that is where they have literally compromised on multiple factors due to which the performance of this system is nowhere close to what a true hi-fi home theater audio setup is. Starting off with the first reason, power versus real performance. Now, most of the times when anybody buys a Sony, Samsung, Philips home theater, we always look at the big number that is flashing up on the boxes. And that number can be 1200 watts, 1500 watts, 2000 watts. But you know what? When you actually convert these values to the real world RMS value, which is used to measure the sound output, you will see that the wattage is literally 50 watts or at times even less than that per channel. And that is why these home theaters are not true to its PMPO values, which are extremely inflated numbers compared to the actual hi fi speakers, which use a measure of RMS wattage as the real count. Now, these RMS values for most of the hi fi speakers starts from 50 watts and goes all the way up to 300 watts as well. So, that is why these speakers can really offer good clarity, good dynamics, and a wide sound output coverage that will not hurt your ears or cause any ear fatigue. The second reason is the speaker's build quality. Now, most of the times, these all-in-one packages are priced anywhere from 10,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees. And that is where, when we play around in this price bracket, they know that they have to compromise on the components as well as the material finish. So that's why all of these packages, they have got plastic body for the speakers, which cannot create good depth in the low frequencies or in the vocals. Similarly, the driver sizes are 2 inches to 3 inches, due to which lot of sound that you hear from the speakers is extremely thin, muddy sound. Now let's look at the real world home theaters where the same speakers are made out of wooden or metallic boxes, which means that they are going to have better resonance, better overall frequency response. The driver size starts from least size of 4 inches and can go all the way up to 6 or even 8 inches, due to which the power output increases, the vocal clarity increases, and now you have got a better depth from the same speakers. The third reason where these speaker packages cannot come closer to the real world home cinema experiences is the subwoofer power. Now, most of these subwoofers are passive in this price range, which means that they are going to draw the power from the same amplifier, which is also doing the job of giving you Blu-ray player or a DVD player. It is also got a USB, a Bluetooth port, and it is also powering up your speakers. Now that is where the power is going to get divided into multiple factors, and the subwoofer is not going to get enough juice to bring you the thumping bass that you need, which means that the subwoofer is only going to rattle, but it is not going to punch you hard. In some of the cases where we have seen active woofers in some of these brands, the subwoofer's output is again limited to 50 watts to maximum 60 watts. Again, that is nowhere close to what you need in the real world. And that is why these subwoofers in these packages cannot really shake you the way a true home theater needs to do that. Now, the fourth reason where these speakers can fall short in their experience is the Dolby Atmos or DTSX 3D surround sound experience. Now, under 50,000 rupees, honestly, there is no home theater that can really deliver a true Atmos or a DTSX experience. And anybody writing or mentioning that is actually using a Dolby virtualization, or they have got a special DSP which can actually create the virtual surround sound experience in 3D formats of Dolby Atmos and DTSX. When you compare these setups with a proper 5.1.2 Atmos configuration in a normal AV receiver plus a speaker format where you have got three fronts, two surrounds, two Atmos, one subwoofer, you will start feeling the difference of what actually a proper 3D surround sound format and an immersive experience is going to deliver. So that is where no Dolby Atmos or DTSX in the true formats is what you will get in these budget segments, and is not going to take you anywhere closer to the dream that you have of a proper home theater experience. The fifth reason is lack of upgradability. Now, most of these all-in-one speaker packages come in one single box, and that is why they are compatible to each other, which means that the amplifier can work with only the speakers provided in the box, or the speakers can work with the amplifier provided in the box. In case you want to upgrade the sound system 2-3 years down the line or 5 years down the line, you will have to rebuy the entire package, and you cannot simply add two speakers or big front speakers, or maybe just change the subwoofer, or maybe upgrade just the amplifier, because they are literally married and stuck together where they cannot leave each other, and they have to forcefully just try to adjust to each other's problems. And that is where the normal component based home theater setup has got a very nice upper hand. In this case, it's a modular design, which means tomorrow if you want to change the front speakers to more bigger towers or a bookshelf speakers, you can do that. If you want to add one more subwoofer, you should be able to do that. Similarly, if you're looking to jump from 5.1 to a 7.2.4, if your AVRs are compatible for it, you can definitely do that. You can even start from a basic two-channel stereo with a 5.1.2 AV receiver and slowly add center, surrounds, Atmos, woofer, etc. Now this freedom means that you can only better and better your experience with each passing day, month or year. The sixth reason where these speakers are never going to come anywhere close to the hi-fi sound is for music listening experiences. Now in India, when we buy home theaters, I know most of you will be enjoying them to watch OTT, but there would be some times where you would also want to listen music on it. And that is where these all-in-one systems can struggle a lot. They are good for casual TV viewing experience where you do not want to spend a lot of amount, you do not want the clarity and sound. But when you play music, especially the ghazal songs, old Hindi song, or even the recent EDM tracks, you are going to get a very flat sound and a boxy feel on your ears. And these speakers are definitely not going to able to handle that. The real world hi-fi audio setups are actually going to give you different textures of sound. They will make you feel the tonality of various musical instruments, and they will offer that extremely crisp and clearly. But these all-in-one packages will never come close to any of these hi-fi setups when we count in for music listening experience. Well, since we have figured out on the 6 reasons for not buying these home theaters, let us come down to the main boiling factor, which is the price trap. Now, the price for these all-in-one systems are going to be anywhere between 10 to 50,000 rupees. Now, compare that to a real-world home theater setup. Well, that is definitely not going to be cheaper. You will have to start looking at an investment starting from minimum 75 to 80,000 rupees, where a 5.1 AV receiver and a 5.1 speaker package can be well accommodated around that price. But the world only starts from there. If you're looking for more complex Atmos setups, more number of speakers, or more number of channels in the AV receiver, then you will have to start climbing up the ladder and start building up a nice home theater experience for yourself. So the next time you see a Sony, Samsung, Philips, LG, Panasonic, any of these all-in-one speaker packages, please remember, this is not cinema, it is just convenience. For the real deal, you need to check the link that is shared in the description as well as in the pinned comment, where the world of home theater starts getting customized and personalized for your space, your budget, and your requirements. That's it from my end. I, Tanmay Mehta, your home cinema consultant or home theater wale bhaiya, will see you again in the next video. Till then, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and keep watching our next video on budget home theater setups here.